Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind.
Visit StogieGeeks.com/Debonaire for a list of retailers who carry Debonaire cigars. Buy some today and get a little more Debonaire.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Stogie Geeks Show. I'm here with Joe Hozempa to do the Debonaire Ideal segment for this evening. Non-Connecticut shade cigars to smoke in the morning. By coincidence, actually, the one I smoked this morning that's on my list is a Debonaire cigar.
Really?
How about that?
Have
you smoked a lot of Debonaire yet?
I have not got into it yet.
We'll get you some.
Good.
We'll get you some.
I'm looking forward to it.
The one that I smoked is the Debonaire. It's in the natural original Debonaire series, which is Nicaraguan Habano wrapper. And I listed out all my different wrappers that were non-Connecticut. That was the point of this segment. Joe and I were talking actually one day last week, and we were talking about morning cigars because it was morning when we were next door. And we said, hey, I get tired of smoking Connecticut's, or I want a morning cigar. It's not. I don't know how we got on the subject. And I'm like, we could probably come up with a list. And Joe's like, yeah, like this one, that one, this one, and that one. I'm like, yeah, kind of like that list.
Yeah. This segment is right up my alley.
Well,
I don't want to say I'm not a Connecticut guy, but when I look for a cigar, depending on either time of day, it doesn't matter. Connecticut is usually not a go-to for me.
Now, I could probably dazzle you with some Connecticut's.
Then, by all means,
because I smoked a ton of them.
Yeah. I smoked a ton of them. I don't know. The palate, like something a little stronger.
I find them. Well, the reason I find it interesting is because a lot of people say, well, I don't like Connecticut cigars, so I kind of just take that as a challenge to go find like really awesome Connecticut cigars.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would never go
despite my name, I am Italian. I'm actually mostly Italian, and I'm like, no, I want to prove you wrong. Connecticut's are awesome, but I can't see people's point, because there are some Connecticut's that just, especially after breakfast, it just doesn't have enough body. Enough flavor, enough oomph to really like let you know that you're smoking a cigar, and so I do like a lot of non-Connecticut's in the morning, and I like to deviate from that. I'll start with, and these are in no particular order, my Debonaire First Degree. This is like a little petite Corona, but it's like they took, you ever see the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yes.
It's like they took a full-size Salamone, and they did the like zapping with the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and they shrunk it down into a petite Corona. That's a First Degree Nicaraguan Habano wrapper. I find them to be not very strong. I wouldn't say mild, but not like a medium, mild to medium. Not mild, I would say medium. Medium, but not like overpowering, right? And the thing I've said about this cigar in the past, and I'll say it again because I smoked one on my way in this morning, is that it's a small cigar that smokes like a Robusto. Like it gives you the feeling that you're smoking a big cigar. And that's a lot of times why I won't reach for those smaller sizes. We were talking about cigarillos earlier. Largely why I won't reach for those is because I don't really feel like I'm smoking a cigar. I'm not getting enough smoke. It's burning too hot. And those are the issues that I have with the like cigarillo kind of style cigars, or even really small petite Coronas. This really small petite Corona, it's like I'm smoking a Robusto, but it's got the smoking time down to between. I mean, you could stretch it for 30 minutes if you wanted to. And I've smoked them like right down to the nub too. Like my fingers are burning off on them, and they're still smoking great. And I've told Phil this in the past, and they're a sponsor and all that stuff. But I like this cigar. It's good for you. You were talking before about matching like your. This is what we do as cigar nerds, right? We figure out how much time that we have to smoke a cigar based on our schedule for the day. Drive into work, time in between meetings, what hole I'm on the golf course, how much more time I got fishing before I have to move to the next spot.
Do I want to catch fish, or do I want to catch the suntan?
Yeah, like there's lots of factors that play in this. Very important factors for cigar smoking activity.
We should do a show on factors per blend.
Choosing your size and style based on the conditions and the time and the schedule for the day.
Mm-hmm.
My commute into work is like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I can smoke when I get into work too.
Yep.
But I don't know if like I got to stop and do an errand or something like that factors into the, like which cigar I might light. So I light something up on my way in most of the time. And sometimes that's a big cigar, and I just finish smoking when I get in the office. Mm-hmm. But other times I may want to have one before breakfast. So I'll use my time like in the car, take the long way, stop and do an errand, whatever, get a coffee at a drive-thru or something, which adds time to my commute. And I can sit in the car and just gotta enjoy my cigar. So for that reason, that's why I like the first degree, because I'm not in a big full-on commitment. I may have this is a terrible thing. I may have a really rough review schedule for the day, right? Like I gotta smoke like 4 cigars that day for my review schedule.
Right.
Poor me. I gotta sit back and smoke cigars, and I want to get something.
I'm starting to have that problem with you now.
Yeah,
I'm starting to have
You're
that
like,
problem.
wow, I gotta have like 2 more cigars today. I gotta find the time for that. So I'll smoke a smaller cigar in the morning. So that was my first pick. So what's on your list, Joe?
Well, I don't have the luxury of a commute. My office
Here's your
for
car.
my business. No. My office for my business is 4 telephone poles from my house.
And you can't smoke in your office.
And I can't smoke in my office.
That's a shame.
And I've tried to walk to my office. Okay, I'm gonna walk to my office and have a cigar. It just doesn't do it for me.
No.
Like I truly, when I smoke a cigar, I like to be
sitting in an environment. Yeah.
I'm not sitting there reading a book about philosophy and contemplating. I get some work done, but I truly want to enjoy the cigar. If people or a team or a company took the time to tell their story, I want to be able to say, oh wow, I've had this and I like it, or I don't like it, or whichever. But this cigar last year, when I first had this cigar, I was hooked on this cigar. And I'm not, when I mean hooked, I mean completely, like, I don't know if you've had a cigar, and lately when you've been giving me cigars to review, it would stop me in my tracks, or I would, I'm starting to pay attention more to the process, and I hope my reviews are getting better and better, but, it's one of those things where, this cigar, I wanted one like every day for like 3 months straight.
It happens. Not every cigar you smoke, right?
Yeah,
but you definitely get latched. I've talked on the show about ones I get latched onto.
It's like you're like, I like crave this. Like you need your morning coffee, or whatever. Like
you want that cigar.
You're like, I want this cigar, and good, bad, and indifferent. Here it goes. Right. It's the Elohio, right? LSV Robusto.
The LSV is the darker.
Yeah, so it comes. I guess comes in the Habano. I don't like the Habano.
May or may not be on my list. So it is on my list. The Habano's on my list.
Yeah, the Habano, yes. The Habano, and it's funny because
what is the wrapper on that? Is it a Nicaraguan?
It's
they're all Nicaraguan heroes, right?
Yeah. It's Nicaraguan Somoto.
Sumatra?
No, SOMOTO. That's
Somoto.
Yeah. Nicaraguan Somoto, SOMOTO, Somoto. And I don't know, there's something about, like, and this is one of those cigars in the morning. I love it for email to Robusto, so I cut it and keep it in my mouth. Don't light it yet. Let it go like 5 minutes, and you just have it. Because even the wrapper, to me, I don't know what it is or what's in this thing.
No, they're good. Yeah,
I don't know if it's crack or what.
In the early days of Stogie Geeks, we discovered Elohio, and Tim Magarini was really big on the cigar that you like, the LSV Robusto. He smoked boxes of them.
Yeah,
boxes of them.
Even John says, as much as you like that cigar, you still even today, like, you can never pronounce it right.
Yeah,
I always pronounce it all different names.
We were too in the beginning.
Yeah,
it took. The only reason I correct is because we've said it wrong so many times and gotten hate mail.
So it's Elohio.
Yeah.
This cigar, like I said, bind to fill, Nicaraguan. Love it in the morning. Have it in the morning.
Yeah, it's medium. It's not overly strong, but it's got some good body to it as well.
Had it pre-show today.
I like the Habano. Now, the one I have in here is the Habano Lancero, but they make a Habano Robusto and a couple of Churchill and a couple of different sizes. They make the larger limited edition Robusto. They made a Salamone, Joe, that was out of this friggin' world. It was so good. It was so good. But that's a Nicaraguan Habano on the Elohio Habano. Again, I've had it in the Lancero and the Robusto. I really like it. I like it's a little more toned down than the LSV.
Mm-hmm.
But now you make me want to go smoke the LSV.
There's only 4 left, and I've heard that they're not.
You're gone. They're spoken for, huh?
No. They're
4 boxes or 4 cigars?
4 cigars.
Oh. You're smoking them.
I don't know. It's been a go-to. Like
That's it. But you're not the only Stogie geek that's gotten addicted to those like that. Because Tim was addicted to those too.
I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, and I had it, and I was like, all right, cool. Then I had it again, and I was like, I'm like hooked. And I still am. I mean, I was in the humidor today.
What are you going to do after the 4 are gone in there? You're going to have to go online, Joe, and buy them.
No, I won't do that.
I don't think there's any other retailer in Rhode Island that carries Elohio.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're not. I don't know. It's maybe we'll do like a cry for help. You can send them to the studio. Help Joe's addiction or something like that. Everybody sends you cigars. Nobody sends me any yet. Yeah. I'm still waiting for my first package. Attention, Joe.
That's right.
Stogie Geeks. What is it? 24 Quaker Lane.
Yeah.
24 Quaker Lane, Unit G, Warwick, Rhode Island.
886.
Attention, Joe. Right there, and then maybe I'll get a care package or something like that, and you can call me and I'll come.
I'm sure you will now. There may not be cigars in it, but you're gonna get something. You get that stuff I give my kids on Christmas. It looks like coal, but it's candy.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get.
You actually gave that to them?
I did one year, yeah. It didn't go over too well.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure it didn't. Were there tears involved? Or?
No, I think my son threw it probably at me or on the ground or in my general direction.
There you go. Another choice I had.
Hold on.
No,
I did one. No, it's your turn. Sorry.
We're not going back and forth. You want to go?
No, because I went already. I didn't realize we went together, which sounds weird. Just
okay.
Don't cross the streams. It's fine.
It's all good. It's all good. Esteban Carrera's Chupacabra Hellcat.
Chupacabra.
Yes. Chupacabra. Esteban Carrera's Chupacabra Hellcat. I talked about this as a stick last week, and
well, yeah, I don't think I've had this one.
I went again in the morning. There's one of those cigars.
Yeah, they have all the Esteban Carrera stuff next door now. We've been smoking through some of it.
Yes. Yep.
I'm trying to see which of them. Okay.
Yep. Obviously, it came out in 2012. Awesome smoke. It's box press. I'm not.
Oh yeah, I've had this.
I'm not
before.
a box press in me. Believe it or not, I almost as I don't dislike box presses, but sometimes the way they feel in my hand is I don't know what it is. I know that sounds crazy. Does that sound crazy? Am I being crazy?
You are crazy. But
okay.
What were you saying? I was reading the chat.
No. I'm saying like the box press. Like I would have never tried this, and I even said to.
See, but I like box presses.
Yeah.
I love box presses actually.
See, I twirl, I guess, or roll.
You can't really do that with a box press.
You can't.
Yeah, you drop it.
It
gets awkward.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good smoke in the morning. Had it a bunch of times now.
I reviewed this one.
You did?
If we look hard enough, we might be able to find it.
Yep. It's got that Mexican San Andreas wrapper.
Yes.
Will and I had spoke briefly about that. How that for me, the Mexican wrappers it burns quick. So when not real quick like a Tiamo, but it'll burn some quicker. It's a good smoke, even though the Toro size. It's only about a 55-minute smoke there.
I like a good Cameroon in the morning. Mm-hmm. I know the Don Carlos. It's a great Cameroon cigar. There's a lot of iconic Cameroon cigars we've talked about in the show's history. One that I like in the morning is the La Aurora Cameroon Preferido. I had one with some age on it. I rated it very high in the Stogie Geeks rating system. When Manuel Lanoa, who's the master blender for La Aurora, was here and we did the blending kit, he had a little Cameroon Preferido, the smaller size, I forget the number on it. It was a smaller one in that kit. And we were all smoking. I'm like, wow, this thing is freaking amazing. Like, we were smoking all these other cigars, like little burritos, part of the blending experience, blending kit seminar thing. And we were just here. Manuel's like, all right, let's go on to the next one. We were like, no, wait a minute. Can we finish this one? Like, we were all really enjoying this cigar. Like, you blended it, Manuel. Like, you did a fantastic job, and we want to finish smoking it because it's so awesome. And that's when I loved it. And I need to get back to. I've I had a lot of Cameroon Preferitos in the past, actually, that I used to smoke in the morning, now that I think of it. For Mr. J's had, like, a box that had been aging in the back for a while. Mm-hmm. This is one to age. And when they're aged, they lose a little bit of their strength, and you can definitely smoke them in the morning all day long. Even straight off the truck, so to speak, you can smoke this cigar in the morning. Have you smoked this one?
Yes.
Preferito Cameroon. I think it's absolutely fantastic. There's a lot of different, there's different Preferito sizes, which are good, which is probably my top recommendation. They actually made this in a Robusto size, too. And they still do to this day. I think they re-released those with some different packaging. And then there's ones that are like a tier below, a little cheaper. So Preferitos are kind of the more premium offering. And then you can get the like regular sized ones I've had in the Robusto. I still prefer the Preferito size. So I would say spend the extra money in the Preferito Cameroons. Really all the sizes are good. So what else you got, Joe?
The Sobremesa. In the morning.
Yeah, people like this in the morning.
I like it in the morning. It's not,
Maybe I need to smoke these in the morning because I'm not a huge Sobremesa fan.
Really?
I mean, I love.
Do you like the other blend, the Mikado?
The Mikke Carita is just Uncle Largo. Smoked those things all day long.
Yeah,
love that. It was my number one cigar last year.
Okay.
And Steve very graciously recognized that on Facebook. And when Steve was here, I told him, I like the Mikke Carita better than the Sobremesa. And I don't dislike Sobremesa. It's just it's not one that I often reach for. However, I like the Petite Corona size. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
That's a newer size.
Yep.
I think that one is spectacular. I would probably box split, maybe box worthy that cigar. But I haven't smoked the other sizes in the morning. Maybe I need to go back and smoke them. It's a different experience smoking in the morning. I think you get more of the flavors and the nuances when it's your first cigar of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, it depends on schedules and weeks. Like next week will be mostly morning smokes for me. Mm-hmm. Morning, early afternoon. Got a lot of board meetings and stuff at night, but
there you go.
It's one of those things where I don't know, with the Sobremesa, smaller the size, the better for me. Mm-hmm. I tried to run the bigger sizes.
I agree. That's why I like the small size. Is the one I like the best.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Definitely, it just does it for me in the morning. It's good. It's it's obviously a little stronger than a Connecticut. Good blend. Obviously, most of my pairings are coffee in the morning. I love coffee in the morning and cigar.
Oh yeah.
Unless
we've got this Hawaiian Kona coffee that I got.
Okay.
It's real Kona coffee. It's not like the ones you see at the dollar store for.
Yeah.
They call it Kona coffee. Yeah. And there's like one Kona bean in the whole bag of rest of like crappy coffee. Like this, I believe this is actual Kona coffee. If it's not, it's still really good. Mm-hmm. We've been drinking that here in the studio. It's going pretty fast too. And it was like $32 for 14 ounces. So it may not be making a reappearance anytime soon.
Yeah, for sure.
At that price. So
yeah.
Joe, I don't know if you smoked this line. This one's somewhat infamous in Stogie Geeks history. It's the Davidoff Colorado Claro blend.
Not the Colorado blend, no.
It comes in, I want to say it's 3 different sizes. They may have added a 4th. I think they did add a 4th a couple of years ago. But it comes in a Colorado Short Perfecto. Which is exactly as I said, basically a short perfecto, and it comes in. Is it a box press pyramid or pyramid? I don't think it's box press. It might be a slight box press to it. Special T. It comes in as well. So it comes in a couple. Those are the 2 sizes I've always liked the best. Those that have listened to the Stogie Geeks for a while know it is not box press. No, it's just a round pyramid cigar, and it is Ecuadorian Colorado Claro, sun-grown Ecuadorian Connecticut seed wrapper. Just one of the most special blends, I think, in Stogie Geeks history. I find it to be medium-bodied, so you can smoke it in the morning or really any time. Ugh, love this cigar. Everyone I've said given the cigar to is like, what is that? That was awesome. Where do I get more?
They have them next door or no?
They do not.
No.
Do I have one in my humidor here? I'll bring one in for you if I don't.
Yeah.
They're
like to try
spectacular.
One. Awesome.
Back to you.
This is a pretty new cigar that's hit the market. Love it in the Toro size, regardless of the time of day. But I do have it in the morning. This I would dub a great cigar for Sunday Fun Day.
Sunday Fun Day.
You ever have Sunday Fun Day?
What, we just sit around and smoke cigars?
Well,
that's what I would consider.
Yeah. You sit around in the morning, and you got a bunch of friends, and they usually involves some Bloody Marys, and then you graduate to maybe some other stuff, and
So you basically sit around drinking and smoking cigars with your friends.
in the day, in the morning,
I like
on a
that.
Sunday.
I like that.
It's a
I'm down with that. I support this effort 100%.
it's a good time because this cigar can be really, really strong. It's a David P. Ehrlich.
Oh, yeah. In the morning. Really?
Yes.
Good Lord. God bless you.
I could do a David P.
I'd be
Ehrlich.
green. You'd see my Bloody Mary coming back up.
Have to be. Oh, no. I would not do the David P. Ehrlich with a Bloody Mary. I would probably, you had a Bloody Mary. Maybe you had some brunch.
You ate the cheeseburger that came on top of your Bloody Mary first, and the chicken wing, and the shrimp, and the bacon, and the whatever.
Had a Sunday.
I had one with a rib on it. It was near you. What is that? The smokehouse place, where they do the smoked meats. What is that called? It's in Warrens now. It's in Rhode Island. There's like the other side of the bay. That's like it's not even Rhode Island. It's like a different state out because you got to go over a bridge or two depending on how you get there.
Right. Smokehouse.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. The something pig. It's the something.
Oh,
pig.
the peppered pig.
Yeah,
Peppered pig. Yeah.
Pepper pig.
Yep. Yeah. That's a good story.
They do a Bloody Mary with a rib on top.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's actually a co-op. It's connected to Irish pub.
Yes.
Quotes Irish pub. McBrownies, and it's.
So, like, if my Bloody Mary had like a rib or two on the top of it, I might be able to smoke a David P. Ehrlicher.
David P. Ehrlich. Yeah, it's one of the cigars by Mike Bellady. He's created that blend, and I guess they kind of rebirthed that blend there.
I like the Robusto in that blend.
Yeah,
a lot. That's my favorite one in that blend.
The Robusto.
I don't agree with your Toro size. I like.
Yeah, I like the
Robusto all day
Toro,
long.
the Churchills. I don't know the Churchill side. The Gordo, I kind of shy away from some of the 60 ring gauge, the Gordo stuff. But I don't know. If it's if I had a Bloody Mary and I'm hanging, and then we switch maybe to a little bit of craft beer, and we're getting ready to rock and roll, I'd fire up David P. Ehrlich in the morning.
You're brave, braver than I am. This segment's going really long. So the last one on my list is the Quesada Selección España. This can be done in either the Corona or the Petit Robusto. I think I've really come around to the Corona. I think it's really good. This was a I don't think they make these anymore. This was a limited release. Good luck finding them now. I think I found one in my humidor a while back, and I smoked it, and it was awesome. I think they're all gone. But they're really good. And this is Ecuadorian Arapiraca.
And what was it again?
It's the Quesada Selección España.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
They blended that first for the European market, and then they brought it into the U.S.
Yep.
We talked about it a lot in the previous show. It's got a very high ranking in the Stogie Geeks history, which is what I base my list off of, basically how we've ranked some of the medium body, medium strength cigars that I really like. That's how I base my list. The EPC Ernesto Perez Carrillo inaugural edition 2009, which I think is also Ecuadorian Habano. I want to say it's Ecuadorian Habano. It is not a Connecticut cigar. This was the 2009. This was the first cigar. Yeah, it's Ecuadorian Habano. This is the first cigar that Ernesto came out with when he left La Gloria Cubana and created EPC Cigars. And have you had this cigar, Joe? This is an awesome cigar. Awesome cigar.
Yeah.
Very mild to medium, I would call this cigar. Very subtle in its flavors. Beautiful morning smoke. They don't make these anymore.
Right.
You can probably still find them, but
if you found them, they would be older in a humidor somewhere and
buried somewhere.
You'd be going treasure hunting.
Yes, it's a treasure hunt cigar. Padron 1964 in the natural wrapper. I think overall, as a general choice, the larger sizes tend to be a little more dialed back. I think I like to smoke those in the morning. As well as most offerings from Arturo Fuente, not Opus X, but a lot of Arturo Fuente cigars you can try in the morning because they're not over the top strength and just their regular line of Fuente cigars. I think they're all. I've smoked a ton of those in the morning. All the different Fuente ones. I mean, the classic Hemingway blend is a Cameroon cigar. So.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of golf cigars are Fuente.
Fuente, yeah.
You go in the morning. You go in because the older you're. If you're in if you're golfing with older gentlemen, you tend to tee off at 650, 6:15. I'm like,
Good time to light it before.
I'm like, really? 6:15. You know, it's like getting the golf course at 5:50.
Yep. That's when you almost want to go for a Connecticut, like a mild Connecticut, like before breakfast.
Yeah.
6 in the morning, I like to have like a really mild Connecticut.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and you know, there's something to be said when it's 6:15 and you're teeing off and then you light up a cigar because you're on the golf course. And,
That's right.
You know, you've had your first cigar by 7:30.
That's great. You got a good start to the day.
You
All
got
right.
a great start to the day.
That's our lists. That concludes our Debonaire Ideal segment for this evening. Stay tuned. Stogies of the Week coming up next. You like that pose?